Hello, dear students. Hope you all are doing well. In today's lecture, let's jump to the topic called time management. And it is very much important skills that we all should learn in order to become more productive. Because in 21st century, we are occupied with so many things, useful or useless. So we all should learn to manage our time effectively so that we can do what we are supposed to do. So time management skills are for that purpose. Let's talk about what is time management. Time management is the process of organizing and planning how to divide your time between specific activities. Two things. One is you should know what are the activities you are supposed to do that will help you to grow. First thing. And second thing, you should know how to divide your time for all those activities. Okay. So this is the skill to learn. Good time management enables you to work smarter, not harder, so that you get more done in less time. Even when time is tight and pressures are high, failing to manage your time damages your effectiveness and causes stress. Most of the problems that we have to deal with are because of this mismanagement of the time. If we do not manage our time effectively, then it is obvious that we will invite so many emergencies. Emergencies, I means that, for example, if you do not do your homework in time, so we may invite lot of workload for a single day. So time management this skill will help you to manage your time so that such emergencies does not ensued with this. First thing. And second is that we know what we are doing and where we are with respect to the time. It may seem counterintuitive to dedicate precious time to learning about time management instead of using it to get on with your work, but the benefits are enormous. What it is trying to say is like why we should waste time to learn time management, isn't it the thing? But when we learn these skills of time management, it will help us to do a lot of work more effectively, and our productivity will be increased. Now let's see the benefits of time management. Greater productivity and efficiency. Second, a better professional reputation. So if you are work as a professional, and if you manage your time effectively, then your reputation will go high. It's not the question about the repo. It is a question about keeping the balance. If you do not manage your time effectively, so your work will affect your family, and your family will affect your work. Okay. Next, less stress. So when you manage your time properly, you do your work in time and effectively, which means that it will not cause the stress. Increase opportunities for advancement. See, if we keep wasting our time in the time on the activities which are very much unproductive, not only unproductive, they may be harmful also. So if we waste our time on those unproductive and harmful activities, which means that this time is spent is already wasted, first thing. And second thing, it will not it will also hinder the opportunities for our future. So when we manage our time very carefully, so we know, I mean, it will invite a lot of opportunities for the future, greater opportunities to achieve important life and career goals. So when we manage time, so we know what time to spend on which activity, what time, or what time not to be wasted on which activity. So managing this thing will help us to achieve our future goals. Failing to manage your time effectively can have some very undesirable consequences. Missed deadlines. For example, if you set like a deadline, like by Monday you will learn chapter number 1, for example, and you do not manage your time properly, then the deadline is already missed. Inefficient workflow. The flow of work will be inefficient because you are not doing things on time, or things when you have a time to do them, or you have prioritized them as per your schedule. So if you are not doing them, then it will cause insufficient workflow, poor work quality. So when you have a lot of things to manage at the same single time, then obviously it will damage the quality of the work that you are doing. A poor professional reputation and a stalled career. This time management, if it is not managed properly, so obviously there are chances that will not have a good professional reputation, and the career that we will we are aspired for may not be achievable because of this lack of time management. Higher stress levels. So you must have observed by your school work or homework that you get, the classwork you do, maybe there are other different things. If you do not manage the time properly, so there are chances that you invite a lot of stress. Knowingly or unknowingly, you invite a lot of stress. Now we'll work on tips that will help you to manage time effectively. There are 2 activities in this. The first, in this first, I will give you some few tips. Then we'll go for a worksheet. Making a worksheet can help you to manage your time effectively, and to manage your time so that you can do the work which you are supposed to do, and also you can spend time on the activities that will help you to grow. Okay. First tip is have a time check. Know exactly how you spend your time. You should know the tasks that are stealing your time. Then you can do something about it. So time check is about observing your everyday activities. Maybe for a day, or 2 days, or for a week. Don't do anything. Just observe your activities and observe how much time you waste on a particular activities. Then also observe that which are the activities that are productive, and which are the activities that are draining your energy. First thing. Second thing, also, that the activities that are productive, can you do the same activities in reduced time? Okay, that means that you are reducing your time on a particular activity, but maintaining the standard of the activity, but you are trying to do the same task in a shorter period of time. That means that will save your time. You will have more time. And also reducing the time that you are using for unproductive activities, like stealing your time from there. I mean rejecting or abandoning all those activities that are wasting your time. So the first thing is have a time check. So for this purpose, just observe yourself, that where are you wasting time? Are you wasting time just scrolling the apps, or you are wasting time, just time on watching television a lot, or you are wasting your time in gossiping, or you are wasting your time in playing games unnecessarily, more than required time. So have a time check which are the activities that you are doing perfectly in time, uh, in stipulated time, and what are the activities that are draining your energy and wasting your important time. Second, set a time limit. Setting a time limit for a task can be fun. In fact, it can be like a game. Set a definite time limit, such as an hour or two, then try to finish a task within the allotted time and feel the excitement as you do it. Okay, if you set a time for a particular activity, so setting a time for a particular activity, uh, you know, set a time for a particular activity. For example, completing Hindi work. So say you will complete the work within 1 hour, or from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. you will complete the task of Hindi, no matter how tempted I become to watch television or play. So when you have this kind of a willpower and you complete, now suppose you complete the Hindi work from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now after 10 a.m. just see how nice you will feel. And suppose if you set the time and you don't follow it, then again you will have a kind of a guilt, or it will cause a damage, emotional damage also, and somehow you will lose confidence in your abilities. Okay, next is called have a to-do list. Now to-do list is a list of all the activities that you are going to do on a particular day, and this to-do list has to be prepared a night before. For example, tonight I will, before I go to bed, I will prepare a list of activities that I'm going to perform next day. Why this list has to be prepared in a day in advance? So that next day when you wake up, you do not wake up with a mess. Your mind is organized and you already know what are the things that you have to do tomorrow or today. In the morning you know what you are supposed to do. Obviously there will be some of the emergencies, or the day might not go as you have planned. Maybe some guest visits you, or you have to go to the market for some work. There could be other regions, but making a to-do list will help you to focus your mind, and this list has to be prepared uh, a, a night before. I mean, suppose for tomorrow you'll prepare it tonight, and just you can review the list thrice a day, the day when it begins, and in the afternoon to see your activities, and at the night, or you can check in between that how much work is to be done and how much work is left. Fourth, start with your most important tasks. There is a proverb called eat the frog at the first. Now, who would love to eat frogs except Chinese people? The thing is, eating frog means will be most difficult task. Okay. Now, if you do the most important task, or maybe most toughest task in the morning, what will happen? This will give you an immense confidence that that the task which could have drained your energy, if you have postponed it, but you have finished it in the morning, now you are confident enough for the day ahead. So if you complete your toughest task in the morning, then at first, then you will become more confident, and remaining tasks, since they are easy, and you will be in peace, mentally in peace, because you have finished the most complicated task at first. Let me give you an example. Now suppose, for example, for a particular day you have to learn SST, you have to do math practice, and you have to revise English. And suppose math practice seems to be very much complicated for you, right? So now what we do usually, since it seems to be a difficult task to perform, then we postpone it. Let's read SST now, then I will revise English, then I will do maths. So when the time will come to do the maths, you might again feel reluctant to do it. So the thing is, if you find a task which is difficult to you, obviously there are things which will be difficult to handle, then do them first. This will help you to gain the energy and gain the confidence, and you will become infallible in such situations. Focus on one task at a time. So this we try to do a lot of things together. I already told you like how the mind works, but if we inculcate a habit of focusing on a single task that we are doing. Focusing on a single task we are doing does not mean only studies. It means everything that you do. It means everything that you do, from eating, from playing, from studying, talking to someone else, even walking and observing the nature. Anything could be. Whatever you do on a particular day, if you can focus your mind on a particular thing at a particular time, then your concentration will be increased, okay, and the way you observe things will also be changed, and the productivity will also be increased. Okay, so what you have to do is, suppose for example, if so you are taking a meal, you are suppose for example, or just let's take an example, you are drinking a cup of coffee. So when we drink a cup of coffee, how much aware we are about that procedure, how much consciously we drink coffee. Maybe when we drink coffee we think about something else, and or maybe we can talk to somebody else and then we drink coffee, so we hardly enjoy the taste of coffee. But if we are aware of what we are doing right now, then we will be able to bring our mind back to a situation, back to the present situation. So this will help you, to increase your concentration level, and you will also be more and more aware about your life, and it will help you to manage your time more effectively, because you know what your mind, where is your mind right now, and where should your mind right now be. Your mind right now should be at what you are doing. Like right now you are listening or watching this video or a lecture, so your mind should not dwell on somewhere else. Your mind should totally focus on what I am saying, or what a narrator is trying to say. Next, make changes in your schedule. Some pronounce it as a schedule. Okay, if you feel more energized at a certain times of a day, change your schedule to embrace that. Now, I am not saying that you prepare a timetable which is very fast and hard, and you have to follow in a very very hard and fast rules, or you have to live a life of an ascetic. What I'm trying to say is that you make a timetable and follow it religiously, and when it comes to make few changes, just do them. I mean, making changes on your timetable will also help you to feel refreshed. If you always follow a same timetable, then it after some time it might become boring, because same routine might be, might become boring for you. So the thing is, you need to change your schedule to satisfy your interests, but don't keep it changing every day. One. And second thing, if you make a timetable or a routine, then follow it. Next, avoid perfection. You have done it, I have also done it, and everybody does it. What they do, or what we do, we prepare a timetable. Now just please focus on this point very much. This is very important, because we all make timetables, right? We all have done, we all do make timetables. And what we do, for example, I will make timetable that, like from today onward, tomorrow onwards, I am going to follow everything very properly. So I usually think maybe on a Sunday, because tomorrow may be the Monday, then I will think, yes, from tomorrow is the Monday, and I will be perfect. I will follow timetable properly, I will study properly, I will behave properly. So we make everything look like perfect. And this way many Mondays have passed, or many first of date have passed, or many years 1st January have been have passed. The thing is that why we fail to follow it, because we make it perfect, or we make it a kind of a extreme schedule, which is, which may seem like easy to follow, but when we come to follow it, it is it seems to it seems very hard to follow, and then we fail. Obviously, we might follow it for a 1 day or a 2 or a 3 to maximum, but after 3-4 days we are again back to the normal routine. So do not go for the perfection. Start with the easiest timetable that you can follow with, and then follow it. And once you follow the easiest timetable, you will gain a kind of a confidence, a kind of a self control over you, and then you can increase the intensity of that timetable. Who is stopping you? All right. So this was these were few points that you have to keep in your mind to set your timetable and to follow it. Now let's go back to an activity that will help you to manage your time. So for this purpose I need a file. Let me open the file first. Okay. There is a file called time management worksheet. All right, so this is our time management worksheet. We have already had a discussion on what is time management. This is from some university or some school, I guess. You can read it. I will send this to your class group, then please read it. There are a few things which are very much important. Let's talk this point here now. Maximize your efficiency by working with your body cycles. When I said to you to observe your the way, observe your time, where you waste it, or where your time is most consumed or wasted or utilized. When you observe this, also observe that when you feel your observe your moods also. Like for example, in the morning you feel to study science, just an example. If you schedule it for the night, then it won't go well. So schedule science for the morning, for example. You never like to study mathematics, as an example, or you never like to study SST. Now when we say about interest and something which is to be done compulsory, strictly, so there are two things. I said that if science interests you, then you can study it anytime. Now you don't want to study social sciences. When to do it? Do it in the morning. Why? Because if you study social science in the morning, if you study social science in the morning, then you have done the hardest task in the at first. Okay. Though they have given cognitive tasks 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., mental tasks such as reading, calculating, and problem solving are performed most efficiently in the morning. So 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. can be used as for these tasks. Short-term memory tasks, like for example, revising for a topic, or a quick review of something. Revision can be done from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Long-term memory tasks like 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you want to keep something in your memory for a longer time, so such memorizing tasks can be done from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Manual dexterity can be done from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Just for example, like if you want to perform few tasks together, like for example, solving a maths question and also listening to the music can be done together. So that task can be done from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And physical workout they suggest to do in the evening, because your muscles are on coordination with its peak. Now this is called the task description in a priority form. You can prepare it at your home, or you can just take a printout of this. Priority and task description. So in a priority you can manage, like there are legends: urgent and important, important but not urgent, not urgent or important, should be done by someone else. Now important. So you will put a task. For example, a task can be, you can mention a task in the first row, say reading for test. Reading for test. Task description is reading for test, tomorrow's test, and priority very urgent. So there are 4 priorities: urgent and important, important but not urgent, not urgent or important, should be done by someone else. All right. So task is reading for tomorrow's test, priority urgent. Okay. Now reading for tomorrow's test, if you give a priority like to be done by somebody else, then it won't go well. So describe your task and also set the priorities. What will happen with this priority? The tasks which are urgent to be performed, you will do them as soon as possible. We'll know what are to be done. Now suppose you have to do a project work, and that you have to submit by after a week, for example. If something has to be submitted after a week and you need only 1 day to work on it, so you can choose any day in the between any day between the week, so that will become important but not urgent, for example. Got it? And there may be a task which are neither urgent nor important, so you can postpone them, or you can just leave them aside. Should be done by someone else. Now should be done by someone else means that if you are getting a task which are meant to be done by somebody else, then obviously they will consume your time. That is the reason. If you can rectify, like suppose if your friend asks you to help him to do some task, why should you do? If your friend is all well, he can eat, sleep, play well, so he can do his work also, or her work also. So why you are supposed to do somebody else's task? So if you get such task, so put them in a 4th category, that should be done by someone else, so that your time does not get wasted. Okay. Second part. The first part was to make a list of tasks and prioritize them as per your own need. Right. Second task is that to calculate where you are wasting time, or how much time you would use for a particular activity. This I am going to tell you, online. I will give you an online task on my next class. So just you can go through it before I will conduct the activity. Now this is called time management worksheet, the last topic of the day. This time management worksheet, you can prepare it at home, obviously, for yourself on a chart, and you can start. The start timing should be the moment you wake up, and you can divide the time, in 1 hour intervals. If you wake up at 5:30 in the morning, for example, so you can begin from 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. So this time on the left side, this time on the left side, this time on the left side should go, this one time on the left side should go as per your your routine. So when you wake up, you can begin with, this can begin with if you wake up at 5:30, so your time should begin with 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. So what you do on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and you can Wednesday, Thursday, and you can schedule your entire week according to this. So what you have to do after this is that you will first observe your, let me summarize this entire topic. You'll first observe your daily routines, what have you been doing so far, and where your time is being wasted or where your time is being utilized. You observe them, observe the activities that that are productive, and observe the activities that are non-productive or unproductive. Second thing, also observe, also prioritize your activities, like I given in the above. There was a sheet which described the priority and task description. You can describe your tasks and you can prioritize them for a week. You can make it this sheet for a week, like which tasks to be done this week, and which are the most important tasks. Next, also you can do it on a daily basis, that which tasks to be done and which are important, urgent, most neither important nor urgent. And the last one is that you will make this time management worksheet to weekly timetable, and this should go, just first, before making it, just sit and just figure out that what will be the best timetable for you, that you become more productive and organized. All right. uh, Suggestion: the suggestion is that you will start with the easiest timetable to follow, and then once you follow the timetable, then you can increase the intensity of the activities. All right. Okay, so see you in next lecture. Bye bye.